your senior year, you got to play, right? How did that year go? And then explain a little bit the recruiting process for you because of this missed junior year.
The recruiting process was interesting to say the least. I played with a lot of guys who were very, very highly recruited. DeForest Buckner is the name that everybody knows here in Hawaii. I mean, Kaimi Fairbairn, Stephen Lakalaka, a lot of guys that from the time we were freshmen in high school, they were getting these letters in the mail from schools all over, and I would go and check the mail in the athletic office, just hoping for some reason or another, even though I hadn't really played much, I hadn't really done anything, hoping that some school was gonna drop a letter in the box. And nothing really came for me the way that it did for a lot of other guys. But for some reason or another, Army, West Point, came and sent me a letter, a questionnaire to fill out, basically kind of giving the basic information, kind of what my grades were like and whether I was interested in going to a military academy.
Like during the football season, your senior year, or after?
So this was after my junior season. So, So actually right after my junior season, right around the holidays, I get this letter and I'm like, wow, is this somebody that's interested in me? I haven't even really played or done a whole lot. And I filled that questionnaire out, and sure enough, they sent some follow-up. And then by the time my senior year rolled around, I mean, I still didn't have a whole lot. I went to a couple of camps, in the summer times over the course of my high school career. I went to Michigan State. That's where my dad played, his alma mater. Got invited to a camp up in like Virginia, where a lot of coaches were at. And so I had some opportunities to get some exposure, but still, nothing. Senior year is playing out, more and more time goes by, week after week after week, with nothing. And I remember it like it was yesterday, my parents sitting in my college counselor's office. And he's asking, what schools are you looking at applying to? I noticed you haven't submitted any college applications, and it's getting to around the holidays. And everybody in my class is all talking about the schools that they're starting to apply to and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm gonna apply to it. School offers me a scholarship. And he goes, oh, do you have any scholarships? I'm like, no. But that goes back to that just undying belief, undying confidence that something was gonna come. And sure enough, right before the holidays, right at the end of senior year, the Army coach shows up in my head coach's office, and I get called in, and he starts saying, hey, we like what we've been seeing. We like the way that you played this year. Love to meet your family. Come over to the house and have dinner. And so he came over and told my parents that they wanted to offer me a scholarship. And that was the only scholarship I had until, I want to say, about 3 days before signing day. National signing day. And the University of Wyoming coach, which is where I ended up playing at eventually, defensive back coach, was in Hawaii, recruiting a few other guys here in the islands, and went around asking coaches at different schools, we need a DB. Who do I need to talk to? And it was actually coaches from other schools, not even coaches from my school, that were like, you might want to check out this kid, Tim Kamana. And so he shows up in the office, says, I'm sure you don't even know where Wyoming is. I'm sure if you pulled up on a map and I asked you to point to Wyoming, you wouldn't be able to do it. I'm like, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm on a rock in the middle of the ocean. I don't know where Wyoming is. So, but sure enough, he asked to meet with my parents, meet with my dad. Said, hey, we want to offer your son a scholarship. We think he's worth a scholarship, but we've offered all our scholarships already. So we have to wait till after National Signing Day to see if we have any scholarships that open up. Can you postpone your signing to see if we have something that opens up? Well, sure enough, I postponed my signing. I don't get to participate in the signing day festivities with like all my other teammates that have like these big signing days down at the Blaisdell, right? So I postpone. Something opens up. I take my visit, and I'm deciding between West Point and Wyoming. And I believe it or not, I actually chose West Point at the time. I kind of circled back to they were the first. They've shown interest in me since I was a junior. They've been here and they've been, making a case. And I saw a lot of other opportunities there as well and potential. But I decided to go with West Point, and that was where I actually started. Yes. My college career. But I had a very, very interesting recruiting process.
Yeah. And everyone's recruiting story is interesting to hear because otherwise you don't really share it, right? Unless you have the opportunity to talk about it a little bit more.